Hey, welcome to Mini Mogul Monday with Jerry and Sammy. I'm Jerry Fetta. This is Sammy Larone. Say what's up to everyone, Sammy.
Another good day, and we got another thing to tell you.
To tell you guys. So we're going to be talking today about the sacred account. So Sammy, you had a question about the sacred account.
Yeah.
What is your question?
Like, how does it work? Like, what really is it?
Good. That's a very good question. So the sacred account is life insurance. Do you know what life insurance is?
No, not that well.
Okay. Do you know what insurance is?
Insurance? No, not that either.
Okay, so let's take my phone for example. So someone buys a brand new phone, and the phone probably costs like what, like $1,000 to buy an iPhone. So let's say someone was to like break this or lose it or it got stolen, then they would need to replace it and get a new one.
Oh
right?
yeah, insurance, so when it breaks, you kind of like get it repaired.
Yeah, or they just send you a new phone sometimes. Okay, so with insurance, like what you do is you have, if I lose it or I break it, I can get a new one. And then I'll pay like a monthly cost for that. So I'll pay them maybe $10 a month. Now, the risk is I don't lose it, and then I'm paying $10 a month and I don't get anything for it, right? So then it's like, okay, I didn't really use the insurance. But the benefit is if I did lose it, I have that coverage and they'll give me a new phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what insurance is. So they make insurances for people, right? So let's say that someone was to die. Let's say that, the dad in the family died. He has the income, they have a mom and they have kids. The mom doesn't work. And so if the dad dies, then that family doesn't have any money anymore and they can't pay the bills. So the insurance would be there to like replace the dad with money. It would be like, okay, it doesn't bring dad back, but here's $500,000 so you guys will be okay.
Yeah.
So that's what life insurance is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so what this does is when you have a life insurance, you have money that goes into it, and it covers the life, right? But it also, there's a part of it that goes into savings. And so the savings is actually like a savings account. So that's where you can actually take money out and have money. And the benefit is you could actually build up more in savings than you paid for the insurance. So then you actually have like more than you started with, and you still have the coverage. So let's say I had a phone insurance, and it replaces my phone if I die, or if the phone dies. Sorry, the phone gets broken or stolen or dies, and then it also has a savings account, and I'm paying $10 a month for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's say that 10 years go by, so that would be $120 a year that I paid for my insurance. I did that for 10 years. That's $1,200 that I paid for phone insurance. But meanwhile, part of that $10 that I've been putting in goes into this little savings account and it grows. So in 10 years, I have phone coverage and I've got more than $1,200 in savings that I can actually have.
Wow.
Not a bad deal, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. So that's how the sacred account works. So you have life insurance. So let's say here's our life insurance. We're paying a monthly contribution into it. So let's say a family is like, I want to pay $500 a month into it. Well, part of that $500 a month pays for life insurance. And that life insurance is, if the dad died or the mom died or whoever died, it pays out, usually a pretty good chunk of money to the family so they can survive. Then a part of that's going over here to the savings. And that savings is growing, 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 and growing. And while it's growing, that family can actually use the savings and they still get to have the coverage on the family.
So some of the money that they're paying for the life insurance go in the secret account?
Yeah, exactly. So they kind of get two benefits with one. Now, the way that the sacred account works is it grows, it's going to earn interest. So it's going to grow positive with interest. It's going to earn it that every single year. And when you take the money out, you do something called borrowing, okay? Now, remember we did a video about debt. We said that debt's a bad idea. Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't want to borrow against your income or your credit. You want to borrow against your assets. So when you borrow against, let's say I borrowed against the value of my phone. That's actually good if my phone can grow. So I can borrow and have money to use, but my savings still grows while I'm using the money. And so that's how you get that, kind of the whole refrigerator thing of the food is in the fridge, we ate it, but somehow it's still there. Well, it's almost like we made a double of the food that's there. We cloned it. So now we have two foods. One of them's still there to be used. One of them we can be using now, and we still have the one in there, right? So with the money, it's the same thing. When we borrow, it's kind of like cloning your dollar. So you borrowed against the money in the account, you cloned it with another one, but this money's still there growing like it never left. Meanwhile, you can use this one to do smart things with it. You can invest, you can pay off debt, you could, cover your education costs or your personal development or whatever you might want to do, and that's how that works.
Wow.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So what is your understanding of all that?
So, basically, as you're paying for your life insurance, also some of that money goes in the secret account, and then that money that you put in the secret account starts growing and growing and growing, and then you can even take it, use it, but again, it's still growing.
And it'll grow to where you have more than you started with.
And of course, if you stop working, it stops growing, right?
Nope.
What?
It keeps growing. So that's the thing. So it's called whole life insurance. So it's going to grow until you either die or turn 121 years old.
Whoa.
No matter what. And here's the thing. I know you like old stuff, like classics. Sammy's really into like, kind of like the old classic stuff and like, like 80s things. So the life insurance companies that do this, they've been around for almost 200 years. That's a long time, right? Like that's like several generations. So not only does it grow, but it has grown like for I think 170 something years. Like it's got like every single year it's never lost money and it's always made money for like 170 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So, and then the thing with the insurance is when you have more money in your savings than you actually paid into this for the insurance, then the insurance is kind of like it's free. Because it's not actually costing you anything. They're giving you money now. You have more in your account than you paid into this, and you still have the coverage. And then you've got this over here growing, so it's like everything I'm putting into it is now a gain, and my insurance is actually free at this point.
Wow.
Pretty neat, right?
Yeah. One thing, how come so many people don't know about it?
That's a great question. So I had someone ask me this. So let me give you this scenario. So let's say you're at school, and everyone in the school is doing a certain activity and it's not very smart. So like what's something not very smart that kids might all be doing because they think it's cool?
Let's see, bullying, trying to act cool, being jerks.
Yeah, that's something that's like popular. Like kids, they want to fit in, so they do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like the masses do that. Everyone, as a generality, most people do that. Okay. Now, when you see like, kids that are doing smart stuff, usually it's fewer kids. Right? So like what are some like smart and good activities that kids could be doing?
Being kind, helping, working hard.
And is that usually less kids that are always this way and more kids are doing the stupid stuff?
So basically, one stupid kid, decided to do this, and another stupid kid joined, and another one, and another one, and another one, and then finally there was a smart one who did the smart decision, but then now there was a bigger group of stupid kids.
Yep. So I hate to break it to you, adults aren't that much different.
So basically now, one adult goes into debt and all that stuff, not thinking of sacred account, and then a bunch of other adults join, and then one adult is smart, but then now it's too late because there's more adults on the dumb side.
Yeah, exactly. And then here's the thing. So the sacred account is something that's only done by like the very wealthiest people. So like, you know how we kept going to the bank? We kept going to Bank of America.
Yeah.
So they put $22 billion in the sacred account. Like not for their clients, for themselves. Like of their own profits, they put $22 billion into the sacred account.
Wow.
So it's like, so when people are like, how come people don't know about this? It's not about how many people know, it's about which people know about it. So if the smart people know about it, then it's a good idea. But if it's like the masses, usually if everyone's doing it, it's not a good idea. That's actually one of my rules. If it's something the majority of people are doing, if I just do the opposite, I'll be very successful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
So this is actually helping though, because we can tell more people. So the more people that watch this video and share it, that's more people that can learn about it. And the thing is that like most people that are like in debt and, struggling and, that kind of stuff, they're good intentioned and they're not trying to make a bad decision. So that's where it's a little bit different than the bullying, right? If someone's a bully, they're trying to be a jerk. But if someone's in debt, they're not trying to be stupid. They just don't know there's a better way.
Yeah. Like, I'm not actually trying to say that you're stupid if you're doing this. It's just that it's not a very smart choice. But many people don't really know since the masses of people do it.
Exactly. Now, I will go ahead and say, now that you know, you'd be stupid not to. So, Sammy, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. What do you want to close out with for everyone today?
Let's see. I got another guy today. This guy.
Okay. What is his name?
Porygu.
Porygu. We got Porygu at Disney World.
Yeah. I remember.
What should people know about Porygu that relates to money?
Let's see. That he definitely got the sacred account, and he's got these cute, fluffy eyes. They're super cute.
Get a sacred account. Where can they get the sacred account?
Yeah.
Where can they get it?
They can get it at sacredaccount.com.
All right, guys. We'll tune out now. See you later.